Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're stepping right into the thrilling, high-stakes world of negotiation, and honestly, we're kind of putting on our detective hats. We're going to uncover the hidden information that's literally lurking beneath the surface of every single deal, conversation, and conflict you enter. Success in these high-pressure situations, it rarely comes down to who yells the loudest or who just has the biggest budget. Instead, it totally relies on uncovering what the experts call black swans. We're going to investigate exactly what these are, how they act as absolutely critical leverage points, and how you can spot them to completely flip the power dynamic in your favor. So get ready, because you're about to look at every conversation in a completely different light. Okay, let's dive into this. 3 to 5. According to the source material, the staggering number represents the exact amount of hidden secrets, these black swans, hiding in every single negotiation. Just think about that for a second. In your next major meeting, your next salary review, or, your next high-stakes deal, there are 3 to 5 hidden pieces of information just waiting to be found. They're already there, just sitting in the dark. And if you find even just one of them, it changes absolutely everything about the negotiation. No way around it. So, what exactly is a black swan? Well, our sources define it as an unknown unknown. These are pieces of hidden information that remain completely invisible unless you apply some really rigorous observation. They're the unknown factors that you don't even know you're missing. But here's the real secret. They act as critical leverage points. When you identify them, they fundamentally shift the power dynamic of the entire discussion. The person you're negotiating with might not even realize they're giving this info away, but if you know how to look for it, you can capture it and actually use it. To really grasp how this works, let's look at a fascinating real-world example from our sources. Imagine a high-stakes, literal life-or-death negotiation, a kidnapping scenario. The negotiator is on the phone, day after day, trying to secure the release of the hostage. But through intense, rigorous observation, the negotiator notices a kind of strange pattern. The kidnapper is only calling and demanding money on workdays, Monday through Friday. Come Saturday and Sunday, it's total radio silence. Why? What does this obscure detail mean? Well, a kidnapper who only demands money on workdays probably has a weekend partying habit, right? They take the weekends off to go out. That seemingly tiny, insignificant detail completely exposes a massive vulnerability in the kidnapper's schedule and their whole mindset. And this brilliantly illustrates the core power of the Black Swan strategy. Finding this unknown unknown gives you massive leverage, provided you can actually find it through intense observation. I mean, that kidnapper's weekend partying habit wasn't exactly a formal part of the negotiation, right? It wasn't written down in some list of demands. It was hidden in the shadows of the interaction. But by observing the inconsistency, that weird silence on the weekends, the negotiator found the black swan. It proves that leverage isn't always about who has the most money or authority. It's about who pays the most intense attention to the hidden details. Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual repeatable strategy, because you don't have to just get lucky to find these secrets. The source material outlines a 4-stage black swan discovery process. Think of this process as your tactical flashlight in the dark. Step 1, listen for inconsistencies. Step 2, ask how and what. Step 3, identify hidden constraints. And step 4, apply asymmetric leverage. This is a structured, intentional method for digging out those 3 to 5 hidden secrets we talked about earlier. So let's break down those initial investigative steps. Your very first job is to carefully monitor inconsistencies. Just like noticing the kidnapper's weekend silence, you're looking for things that don't quite add up in what the other party is saying or doing. Now, once you spot an inconsistency, you don't aggressively confront them. Actually, scratch that. It's more like you just use open-ended questions, specifically questions starting with how and what. This strips away the mystery without making the other person defensive. By prompting them to talk more about these inconsistencies, you naturally reveal their underlying constraints. You discover the hidden rules they're operating under, the pressures they're facing that they really didn't want you to know about. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this discovery process creates an incredible transformation. You start with obscure details, random, seemingly useless pieces of information, a weird pause, a specific choice of words, a weekend off. But by using rigorous observation and asking those open-ended questions, you transmute those obscure details into strategic advantages. You're literally turning random information into structural power. You are turning their hidden weaknesses into your ultimate strengths. It's a real game changer. So the crucial point is, once you've secured these strategic advantages, you achieve what the sources call asymmetric leverage. And asymmetric leverage means the playing field is no longer level. You've gained a massive, disproportionate advantage because you possess knowledge that fundamentally shifts the power dynamic. When you apply this leverage, you aren't just nudging the negotiation, you are changing the entire trajectory of the deal. You're using their own previously hidden constraints to influence the ultimate outcome of the discussion in a way they literally never saw coming. Which brings us to the final, absolutely critical question you have to ask yourself. What unknown unknowns are hiding in your next deal? Remember, there are 3 to 5 black swans waiting in your next important conversation. Are you going to miss them? Or will you use rigorous observation and open-ended questions to pull them out of the dark? Armed with this strategy, you now have the tools to uncover that hidden leverage, change the trajectory, and absolutely master the dynamic of any room you walk into. Keep observing, keep questioning, and go find those black swans.